Outside CNN headquarters, where Thursday's debate will take place, and inside Georgia Tech's McCamish Pavilion, where media outlets from around the world will watch, final preparations were furiously underway on Wednesday. While the focus of Thursday night will be Joe Biden and Donald Trump's exchanges on stage, behind the scenes, allies of both men will be working to drum up support.
We have friends from across the country coming in.
Former Georgia GOP Senator Kelly Loeffler is hosting a fundraiser for Trump right after the debate ends, where they're expected to raise millions.
No one is a better connector or communicator with the American people. And I'd say that contrast is that President Biden is a terrible communicator and connector with the American people.
It's time for us to purge Donald Trump from our system.
Supporters of President Biden, some of them surprising, also spoke up on Wednesday. A press conference at the Georgia State Capitol featured Republicans like former Congressman Adam Kinzinger and former Georgia Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, urging people to vote Democrat, saying another 4 years of Trump in office would be dangerous.
Going against the grain as a Republican and supporting Democrat Joe Biden for president is not easy. But I'm not looking at this election through the lens of being a Republican. I'm looking through the lens of being an American that cares more about the future of my country than the moral bankrupt nominee of my party.
And let's talk about the other side of the story that's going to impact residents here in Atlanta when this debate takes place. The debate is coupled with tomorrow's Team USA soccer match that has created traffic chaos for drivers. This is on top of a normal day in Atlanta with tons of drive time traffic. At the height of the evening rush hour, there's going to be several roads closed. That begins tonight through late tomorrow, including 10th and Fowler Street. Traffic is going to be diverted from that intersection of 10th to State and 14th Street. This is all near the Georgia Tech area. There already are some signs and a police presence in this area. And then near Mercedes-Benz tomorrow, there are going to be a lot of congestion there with Copa America. All of this happening tomorrow evening. Atlanta police right now suggesting that you use MARTA or rideshare to get yourself around. There's also going to be some rolling roadblocks on I-75, I-85. That's going to impact traffic tomorrow evening. Now, Atlanta News First is your choice for news and the best place to watch Biden and Trump spar on screen. Our extended coverage with Blair Miller, Alan Devlin, Tracy Hutchins, Brendan Keefe, myself, Shon Gables, and our entire Atlanta News First team begins at 7 p.m., both on air and online. The debate airs on Atlanta News First starting at 9 p.m. And then I have to bring this up because if you're a sports fan, you're not under a rock. You know what's about to go down in the Big Apple. It is the 2024 NBA Draft. Our sports director, Bailey Burmaster, is in the Big Apple, waiting to see what the Hawks are going to do with their number one pick. Now, there's a player that everyone has eyes on, but he declined to work out with the Atlanta Hawks. But according to Bailey Burmaster, the Hawks says they're going to pick him anyway. We're going to find out who that person is, and everyone is asking, what is the Hawks going to do? Will it be a disappointment? Will they pick the top player? We're going to find out. Our coverage and our updates begin on WPJ in Macon at 9, Peachtree TV at 10, and then Atlanta News First at 11 p.m. If you've got ideas on who do you think that the Hawks should pick, well, chime in on our on our Atlanta News First page at atlantanewsfirst.com. Let us know what your thoughts are. Who do you think the Hawks should pick? It's crazy in our newsroom. So with that said, I'm going to bring up this first alert graphic that I'm trying to make come up here so you'll know exactly where to find us. There we go. Where you can find us both on air, online, and on our website at atlantanewsfirst.com. Thanks for watching. Remember, Atlanta News First is your number one source for news, live streams, sports, also the political debate that is less than 24 hours away. President Joe Biden goes head-to-head for the very first time, making history in Atlanta with former President Donald Trump. It's the first time that a current president and a former president are matching up in a debate to see who will become our next president. I'm Shon Gables. Make sure you join us 24/7 on air, online, on our Atlanta News First app. You can also catch us on YouTube TV, Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and our atlantanewsfirst.com website. I'm going to see you tonight with our sports director, Bailey Burmaster. As I mentioned, she is in New York City. Blair Miller, myself, and of course, our first alert forecast with meteorologist Patrick Pete. We're going to see you tonight, but in the meantime, I am going to figure out how to bring up Cutter Martin, our first alert meteorologist. I think I got you, Cutter. Did I get you? Look at me. I am improving. Grow with me, folks. Grow with me. Hey, Cutter, there you are. I'm going to let you take over. You've got our forecast. I think we're going to get a little bit of rain.
Yeah, already some showers out there this evening. We need the rain.
We need it. We definitely need it. Are we in a drought?
We are moderate drought. I was walking down the Beltline, everyone's yards, little yellow, little brown.
Mine is crunchy. I don't know if that's because I'm not watering enough or.
You're 2 steps from dead, but you're not quite there.
I'm getting really
There's
close.
some life support there. All you have to do is pray for a little bit of rain and remember water earlier in the day. We don't want it all to evaporate watering in the afternoon. We have first alert radar up right now. Brilliant there, and hey, we could really use some rain, and thankfully we're going to get some. Again, we're going to open up our weather graphics here in just a moment. This is a forecast model, actually, what rain and storms are forecast to be doing as we go on through the rest of the day. So again, keep in mind, first alert forecast. We're here to answer your weather questions. If you do have any, as Shon Gables just mentioned, all you have to do is go over to the YouTube account, Atlanta News First is the account to like and to follow. That is the one that we are streaming on right now. And again, ask away, opening up weather graphics right now, so bear with me, and then I will bring up the forecast. We'll walk you hour by hour, day by day. We do have more heat on the way. It's not done, but we do have also a greater chance of rain and kind of just the edge taking off the heat, so to speak, which is good news. We were tied a record high temperature today, most recently set back in 1914, but we did tie that today. So today, the new record, 100 degrees, a record that is, 2024 back to 1914, 110 years old, and hey, we tied it. So it was unusually hot. It's always hot in June in Georgia, but a little extra something today in the city of Atlanta. Many spots were in the upper 90s, and some, again, right up against that 100-degree mark. Thank you for tuning in and for watching. I am First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin, and again, if you do have any weather questions, comments, concerns, we are streaming live right now on YouTube. Someone named Hog Major, that's the avatar, at least on YouTube. Hello to you. Again, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, YouTube, the place to be. And now that we're loading up graphics here again, just bear with me for just a couple more moments. I want to make sure that I can show you exactly what I am talking about, everything that is going on. Visually, we can show this to you, but we just have to pull up the weather graphics here quickly. And in the meantime, if you do already know what part of the forecast you're most concerned with, what you would like to see, all you have to do is let me know on YouTube. Atlanta News First is the account that we're streaming on right now. All right, here comes the weather computer. We'll start with what's going on outside. We'll kind of give you a little radar tour, let you know where it's raining, what's going on, and then we'll go into the hour-by-hour forecast and more right here on Atlanta News First Plus. We're just transitioning from news back to weather. And a reminder, if you do have to duck away, your evening's carrying on. We will be back at 10 p.m. Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate, and then again tonight, this evening, on the late news, Atlanta News First at 11. First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete is in for First Alert Meteorologist Fred Campagna. So that was a look at what radar is forecast to look like. Now this is what's actually happening outside, and we're tracking downpours moving in from West Georgia, Eastern Alabama. In fact, kind of a little interesting feature here. Again, these storms are moving generally to the east and to the east-northeast. And you'll notice this little boundary right here, this little thin light green line racing out ahead of these showers and thunderstorms. That's a switch in wind direction and probably some gustier winds and a drop in temperature. And that wind, that cool breeze that is preceding the rain, that is what will help drop our temperatures this evening. Also help spark new showers and thunderstorms, at least a few of those, as we get deeper into the evening and the overnight hours. Again, that rain chance will linger into the overnight, not just for the next hour or two. We're talking about a rain chance perhaps past midnight, so just keep that in mind. We're not done with the rain chance just because the sun has set, just because we're starting to see temperatures cool back down. So zooming down in a little bit closer, want to track some of these downpours on the north and the west sides. Again, we'll clear that drawing to give you a better picture here. In Douglasville, it is raining, or at least on the north side it was. You probably have noticed that switch in wind direction, the cooler, gustier breeze blowing in out of the west. Little downpour. In fact, I can show you this whole process here. Watch over the past 30 minutes. That little line, we'll call it on radar, moves through areas just to the west of Palmetto, and then sure enough, right behind that switch in wind, little shower developing, popping up. And we can expect a similar sight here once this gets inside the perimeter. Again, this will continue moving across the city of Atlanta. First, you notice the breeze moves in, probably some clouds moving in along with this. The temperatures will drop, winds will come up a bit, and then maybe some new showers and thunderstorms developing behind this switch and wind direction behind this drop in temperature. So just keep that in mind. We're going to keep that rain chance going in the overnight hours. Few storms in the evening forecast. That's kind of the highlight, and a change of pace from the past few evenings when it's just been plain old hot and dry across North Georgia and metro Atlanta. Change of pace today, but a bigger change tomorrow. In fact, I can walk you hour by hour, and we do have a greater chance of rain on the way in the first alert forecast. Starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is a first alert weather day because of that greater chance of rain. Just a heads up that it won't rain everywhere. I know we're all kind of banking and wanting some rain, banking on this switch to wetter weather, but I don't want you to get too excited. I do want you to remain aware that we do have a greater chance of rain tomorrow, but that doesn't guarantee that on tomorrow's first alert weather day that we are all going to get needed rain. Case in point, hour by hour, again going deeper in time, overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Notice how we're fairly quiet after midnight, but between now and midnight, next 4 hours or so, that chance of rain, showers and a couple of thunderstorms lingers in the first alert forecast. Going deeper into our Thursday, the day begins with possibly some rain. So we're going to wake up tomorrow morning, lots of clouds, temperature is mild, and I think you'll feel the mugginess more. Tomorrow will be a more humid start to the day. And also, we're going to have a little bit of rain around tomorrow morning, 9, 10, 11 a.m., scattered. Not everyone sees it, but some moisture around. And then rain picks up as we get into the afternoon. I think the greatest rain chance tomorrow occurring between maybe 1 p.m. and 9 or 10 p.m. Storms will be relatively slow moving, and there will be plenty of moisture to work with. Showers and thunderstorms could produce some heavy rain in a couple of places. But again, not a guarantee that your yard will cash in on the free water simply because we're not talking 100% coverage. Case in point, doesn't rain as much in LJ, but you saw closer to Atlanta, this particular run of this forecast model has heavier rain, more persistent rains moving into metro Atlanta. We get a bit of a break as we get into Thursday evening, tomorrow night. Though at least some isolated showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast as we get into our Friday and then on through the coming weekend. So we're finally kind of flipping the script here and bringing in a greater rain chance in the first alert forecast, so keep that in mind. Tomorrow's not a washout, but first alert weather day. Good news here, chance of some needed downpours back in the forecast, but 50-50 shot here. Those that get rained on could see quite a bit of rain, 1 to 2 inches pretty easily, and others will see nothing. Temperatures tomorrow cooler than today. We reach 100 degrees this afternoon at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Infotech saying, hello, NOAA show 98.6. How did we tie the record? The high temperature was 100. Not sure where you looked at on NOAA. Infotech, again, that's the avatar I'm speaking with. The person I'm speaking with, that's their avatar on YouTube. If you have any information on, are you talking about the 5-minute observations? Because normally the hourly obs don't have the decimal point there, but if you're talking about the 5-minute obs, I was out of the studio and did not have that. Yeah, but they're just, they were saying that it was 98.6. I'm just asking where they saw that. They were asking how they got it. So at 2:11, I guess we did jump up to 100 degrees. Maybe you weren't watching in the 2 o'clock hour. Maybe 98.6 was a little earlier in the afternoon. But long story short, we did reach 100 degrees at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Every thermometer is a little different. But you said NOAA showed 98.6, but we did reach 100 degrees, tying the record that is more than 100 years old. And also, we tied a record over the weekend. Saturday, high temperature 98. The record was 98. We tied it. Record on Sunday was 99. High temperature was 98, so we were close to tying the record. Unseasonably hot weather continues in the first alert forecast. And tomorrow, more of the same. It is going to be a scorcher tomorrow. High temperatures peaking in the 90s in many spots. But while it will be hot, and I think feeling perhaps just as hot as today, just is going to have a little bit more moisture to work with, the actual temperatures will come down quite a bit just because we're going to have more clouds around and we have the chance of showers and thunderstorms in the first alert forecast. 91 in Eatonton, 86 Covington, 89 Athens, 90 in Atlanta, 84 Carrollton. So I guess as you look at the map right now, tomorrow is a far cry from what we have in the past few days. Nonetheless, it is still going to be warm. Do keep that in mind. Tomorrow is still going to be a warm day. In fact, it will probably feel a little bit more stifling just because we also have more moisture in the air, more humidity. So that 90 may feel more like 95, 96 at times on our Thursday afternoon and early evening. So just wanted to remind you, let you know that we have some good news in the forecast nonetheless. Scattered storms could impact your day just a bit. Tomorrow is a first alert weather day because of the change. Talking about how it's been hot, it's been dry. Now we're adding that rain chance back in. Don't want you to get caught off guard as scattered showers and thunderstorms continue to look very likely beginning tomorrow, then off and on into the rest of the work week and the weekend. I want to remind you again, we're back on TV in just a bit. First Alert meteorologist Patrick Pete will have a forecast update in the First Alert weather app shortly. Also tonight at 10 p.m. Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV. Atlanta CW affiliate will walk you hour by hour through your Thursday. This return of rain chances. Go deeper into the extended forecast because we're not done with the heat altogether yet, and we are watching the tropics as well. Thank you for watching, for tuning in. Reminder, we're never stepping too far away. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, you can always reach out to any of us on social media. And hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm going to take you a little bit south of Atlanta here. This is a live look at Macon. Again, just south of Atlanta News First, our viewing area, taking a regional look at the state. They, too, have heat and greater rain chances on the way. Stay tight. We'll keep you updated with the forecast. And if you can't join us tonight, reminder, you can wake up with First Alert meteorologists Hella Dorsey and Rodney Harris tomorrow morning with a look at where it's raining and the latest updates to your Thursday.